and welcome to Unidine's Fresh Thinking Lounge, where we take a fresh approach, fresh perspective, and bring a fresh point of view to food and dining management services. I'm your host, Victoria Vega, and you've stepped into the Unidine Culinary Innovation Center. That's so exciting for us today because it's my pleasure to introduce to you the Chief Culinary Officer at Unidine. I actually need my notes to tell you all about this distinguished individual. Randy Emert has a long and varied career in culinary and operations excellence. Let me tell you about a few of his accomplishments. Not only has he worked in restaurants and hospitals, but he was an executive chef and director of operations for the Henry Ford Hospital. He's been a food stylist for Cooking Light and Southern Cooking magazines, and has been a culinary instructor for over 10 years. But let me tell you a little bit more about Randy. He's a certified executive chef, a certified culinary administrator, a certified dietary manager, a certified food protection manager, and a Culinary Institute of America Pro Chef Level 2. Randy joined Unidine in 2013 and is a great example of reward and recognition for internal promotions and excellence. He joins us today as our Chief Culinary Officer. Randy, welcome to the Fresh Thinking Lounge.
Thank you, Victoria. What a great introduction. I'm really happy to be here. It's an honor to be in Fresh Thinking Lounge. Thank you.
Well, great. Let's jump right in. Unidine's name is a combination of two words, unique and dine. So we know that nothing brings people together more than food. Can you tell our audience a little bit about Unidine's culinary philosophy, what we call our Fresh Food Pledge?
I would love to talk about the Fresh Food Pledge. It's one of the reasons why I joined Unidine. Cooking things from scratch, responsibly sourced items with no antibiotics and no growth hormones, using seasonal and local foods, and offering healthy foods on all of our menus is something that's always excited me.
That's really empowering for our operators in the field to literally have that power to utilize the beauty of the harvest, fresh food from end to end, literally from the farm to the table, with a focus on, I'm sure, waste control and proper utilization so the ingredients literally sing on the plate.
It really is. I mean, we have a Waste Not program that helps us with our sustainability and leaving less of a footprint as a company. And our team members are always coming up with ways to better utilize the ingredients that we're getting from the local farmers.
With such a demand for seasonality, ethnicity, and authenticity, Randy, how does Unidine's culinary team stay innovative and on trend with culinary programming?
That's a great question. It all goes to building great partnerships and relationships with our clients and our vendors, and listening to the needs of the customers and having conversations with them, and then going back and working with our marketing team and our nutrition, health, and sustainability team and our supply chain, and then coming up with programs that we can meet those needs of our customers and then get to market first before our competition does.
I love that. I've seen so many great initiatives lately, from Naturally Nourished to all of the excitement that we just saw with A Taste of Morocco and tagines and all different creative outlets for our folks in the field. I would be remiss if I didn't ask, what's your favorite thing to cook?
My favorite thing is wild game. It's very challenging, but it's very rewarding. If you can get a good wild game dish out without having that overly gamey flavor, it's really going to taste good and be tender and kind of shows off your skills.
Excellent, excellent. Well, I hope a lot of our chefs in the field are showing off their skills with some wild boar and other items. Tell me, how has the delivery of culinary excellence changed over the past year as a result of COVID-19?
It's been difficult, keeping that expectation level from the customers and our clients, and it's been tough in every industry with COVID. So we've gone from cooking our food and putting it on a plate and serving it 10 or 15 steps away in the dining room to putting it in carry-out containers and delivering it up to half a mile away, but still maintaining that quality and temperature of the food that we need to maintain that gives us our reputation of excellence.
So separate from dealing with the restrictions of getting food literally from the kitchen, no longer to the dining room, but to the residence room, I would really think now as dining rooms are starting to reopen, as especially senior living communities have seen a deficit of new resident move-ins, how does great food prepared fresh daily in Unidine's kitchens benefit our clients on attracting new residents and building their brand?
That's a great question, and I think you just said it. It's great food cooked in the kitchens fresh every day, and not cooking that food ahead of time. I think when our prospective residents and patients are coming into our operations, then they're looking and they're tasting that food, and it needs to be cooked on the menu. And we do a great job of cooking our food fresh and offering the freshest food possible on every plate.
How does fresh food impact wellness outcomes in our healthcare division?
Well, we like to consider food first in our operations, so we always try to do demonstrations from our chefs and our RDs to help the patients understand that they can really fix a lot of their ailments with their diet, and we educate them.
So food is medicine. That's incredible. And I'm sure as well in our corporate culinary group, great food is a wonderful amenity that attracts top talent to those corporations as well.
Absolutely. With all the authenticity in the corporations coming in, the diversity that we see in business dining accounts, we need to make sure that we're on top of all of the needs of the customers that come into their business dining.
Chefs are Unidine's beating heart. Can you tell me, Randy, what continuing education does Unidine offer as an opportunity to invest in not only the hands, but the minds of these beating hearts, our culinarians in the field?
Actually, this is near and dear to me because being a culinary instructor for so long, I think that training and development is the way to help your team not only get better and provide better products, but to also build a better lifestyle for themselves. So we have a certification program for these chefs when they come and join our company that they can complete it in 2 weeks, or it could take up to a year, but it includes all of our programs. It includes ServSafe, allergens, financials, so that they can feel comfortable knowing what we need to complete in order to have a successful operation. And then we have our corporate executive chefs that work shoulder to shoulder with all of our new chefs, and they also conduct monthly, hourly trainings for like how to properly marinate a meat, how to properly cut a vegetable, how to properly bake a cookie or frost a cake, and how to properly cook corned beef. Just things that we take for granted as basics, but our corporate executive chef team does a great job of making sure that we're hitting all the marks for the hourly team members as well.
I love that. It's not just about the chefs that have found our side of the industry after losing their jobs during the pandemic or prior to that, right? Burnout from other food service or service industries, but really that we're investing in the chefs of the future and in our hourly team members and these certifications that you spoke to. So it's really not just about coming in and being a certified executive chef. You can come in as a pot washer and literally progress, I would imagine, through all the stages of the kitchen to be successful at Unidine and to go from having a job really to a career.
Absolutely. Yeah, we have a career pathway set up, and there's an actual book that we created that shows all the career pathways that a utility worker or even a server could take to go into management, and then we provide all the steps that are needed to grow within the company. So they could come into Unidine, and if they're passionate about fresh food and great service, they could be here for a very long time and never get bored.
Excellent. And I think on your team of regional executive chefs, maybe with the exception of one, every one of those individuals held a different position and have worked their way up in succession planning to become regional executive chefs at Unidine.
Absolutely. All of our corporate executive chefs were internally promoted, and we're happy to boast 100% internal promotions.
Excellent, excellent. Congratulations.
Thank
Well, Unidine is certainly a food-first organization. You've heard about our Fresh Food Pledge. You've heard about our investment in culinary training. What do you want to leave our audience with today, Randy, about how Unidine's food, our culinary philosophy, and the way that we do business is different than everyone else?
I would say that our passion for fresh food, cooked from scratch and delivered at a high quality level to exceed expectations, is something that we work on every day as a daily objective. And it's known and owned by everybody in our company.
Well said. Culinary excellence and fresh thinking. You heard it here in the Fresh Thinking Lounge. Thanks for joining us today. Happy cooking, Randy. And we'll see all of you next month on our next installment of the Fresh Thinking Lounge.